Hey, Nikuski, it is so good to connect with you all from a distance. I wanted to make sure that I introduce you and reintroduce you to Miss Emily Knight, our KPC recruiter. She is here today to talk with seniors about what they should be doing if they still want to apply to KPC for the fall, or what they could be doing now if they've already applied to KPC. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Emily. Thank you.
Hello, yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here, and I just wanted to remind all of our seniors that yes, they can still apply to KPC for the fall. And in fact, we have a new surprise that we are waiving all application fees for our seniors that are applying for the fall 2020 semester. So basically, the application process is pretty simple. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you how to get there. Let's pull this up. Let's see, sorry about that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is when you want to apply, you're gonna visit our website, kpc.alaska.edu, and you're gonna click apply up here in the left-hand corner. That's going to take you to our admissions page. And then from there, you're going to scroll down and you're going to click on this green apply now button. And so once you click on that, it should take you here to our University of Alaska application portal. And there you're going to create a new user account. In this application, it's going to ask for very few simple things like your name, your birth date, your social security number. You're going to want to make sure you know the major that you plan to pursue and just a few other things. No essays are required, no test scores. So it's pretty simple, straightforward, takes you 20 minutes and can all be done online.
That's awesome, Emily. So what should students do once they finish filling all their information, and how do they go about getting that application fee waived?
Great question. So actually I'm going to share my screen one more time because I'm going to show you what happens when you get to the end of the application. So on the application, hopefully, can you see that here?
Yes.
Okay, so on the application page at the very end, you'll see that you went through and all of the boxes are checked, my profile, personal information, all the key things we need. And you're here at the last page, agree and submit. It'll ask you, how did you hear about us? And then here, there's a box to enter your application fee waiver code. We are asking that you go ahead and email me, and my email is eaknight@alaska.edu, or that you email our admissions office at alaska.edu, and we will enter that code for you. So then all you have to do is log back in and hit submit. I'm going to see if I can.
How will students know once that fee waiver has been applied? Will you be emailing them to say like, hey, you're all good to go ahead and log back in to submit your application?
Yes, so our admissions office, once we enter that waiver code, we send them an email saying, okay, your waiver has been entered, but you still need to submit that application because the application won't be processed until you print your name and hit enter and submit.
Perfect. Okay, so those are the easy step-by-step directions if you still want to apply to KPC. If you have any questions about that, be sure to get in touch with Emily because she will answer all your questions. And now for those of you who have already applied to KPC, what are the next steps you should be taking at this time? Emily, can you fill us in?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So for those of you that have applied and you know you're planning to enroll at KPC in the fall, there's a couple things that you need to consider. So one of them being financial aid. Hopefully you all started filling out your FAFSA back in October when it opened, because I know Miss Like was very good about getting the information out. So be sure that you have that submitted and that you listed the University of Alaska Anchorage as your campus. KPC doesn't have its own code. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you've applied for other scholarships out in the community. We have lots with deadlines coming up, so be sure you're checking the one-stop portal. And then the other thing you want to do is meet with an advisor. So given that we aren't doing face-to-face meetings on campus anymore, you can still meet with an advisor over Zoom. And so they can schedule face-to-face meetings like this. They can meet with you over the phone. And all you have to do to schedule one of those meetings is email kpc.counseling@alaska.edu. They'll get you set up with an appointment, and you'll meet with an advisor about which classes to sign up for, and that sort of thing.
When does registration start for the fall?
Well, so registration starts here in April, in just a matter of a few days. But registration for high school students begins on April 20th. So that's when our students can start registering
For their classes for the fall?
Fall, yeah.
Okay, seniors, so you heard that, right? They are going to be available. Your courses will be available in just a matter of weeks for you to start getting signed up. And this, this is KPC specific, but this also applies to other universities and colleges as well throughout Alaska and the lower 48. Now, if you've applied to college, now is the time to be getting in touch with those academic advisors to be picking out your courses and starting that registration process. Okay? So what do you think, Miss Emily? Have we missed anything?
Well, I think we covered most of it. The application itself is pretty simple, like we said. Really, the biggest thing I can't stress enough is meeting with an advisor, because they will be able to answer a lot of the questions that you may have or that might come up as you progress through this process. Just so you know, payment is not due until later in August, so you have lots of time to figure out which classes you want to take and get ready for the semester to begin.
Awesome. And I'm really glad you mentioned the FAFSA, because the FAFSA is required for students if they want to use like their Alaska Performance Scholarship, which many of you now qualify for because they have waived the ACT, SAT, and Work Keys requirements for our seniors graduating this year. So that's awesome. Check out your APS screen in PowerSchool, and please be in touch with any questions you have. I'm also going to put Kathy Overpeck's email address down below, along with Emily's and the counseling department. Kathy Overpeck is the Director of Financial Aid at KPC, and she is a terrific resource for any FAFSA related questions you and your family might have. Okay? So thank you so much, Emily. We are so grateful to partner with you to get our students all of this information about KPC and other post-secondary universities and options.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you soon.